Last year, I, along with half my company, was abruptly laid off. I spent the next 6 months looking for a job. I'm not exaggerating when I say I applied to around 1,500 jobs in that time span. I was applying to like 30 to 50 a day, so you can do the math. I was desperate. We live in a very expensive city. My wife and I have 2 young kids, and we needed the money. I had about 40 interviews with 20 companies in that time. Some of them rejected me after the first phone screen interview. A few others rejected me after 5 or 6 interviews. Despite all my efforts and asking every possible person I could think of in my network for a job referral, the only job I was able to land was a random contractor job with a 4-month contract. Utterly exhausted, and admittedly a bit bitter and cynical by that point, I accepted the only job anyone was willing to give me. During my 4 months there, my bosses kept telling me they were planning on making me a permanent employee, and that their number one priority was keeping me around. I was doing good work, and it was a mutually beneficial relationship. And I started to believe them. After my 4 months ended, they decided to keep my contract going. Until 3 weeks later, when some higher up decided to shut down my entire department. Again, abruptly laying me and several others off. And here I am again, applying to jobs, trying to not be cynical and bitter and frustrated. And you know what? The Legend of Zelda games have been helping a lot. Growing up, Zelda games were my favorite games. The first game I ever played, the game that solidified my lifelong obsession with video games, was The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening for the Game Boy Color. I, just like I'm sure many of you, have countless memories playing through the games of this franchise at key moments of my childhood. Staying up late at sleepovers and passing the controller around playing Ocarina of Time. Racing back home after middle school to play the Wind Waker. Playing Oracle of Ages on my Game Boy Color while my younger brothers played Oracle of Seasons. For the rest of my life, these games will remain in an indescribably special place in my heart. And one of the reasons why I love these games is that they've helped me through some of the most difficult, depressing, frustrating, and challenging times of my life. They've helped me remember what it was like to feel invincible, to feel strong and able, to feel like even though the world was a dangerous and difficult place, I was strong enough, like Link, to fight against the monsters bent on destroying me, my home, my friends, and win the day, growing up and becoming more confident, stronger, and happier in the process. I'm 34 years old now. I have 2 young kids. I've gone broke. I've started a business and ended that business because I was so burnt out and stressed. I've been fired, laid off, dumped, and rejected more times than I can count. In other words, I've been around the block a few times. And it can be easy to just rely on myself, to remember that I'm a grown-ass man, I need to act like one. I have people that depend on me. I know how to navigate through tough situations and get through them. But sometimes, man, I just need that little reminder that everything's going to be okay. That even though things feel terrible and hopeless sometimes, I can get through it. That I'm strong enough to do that. And that's where Legend of Zelda games come in. I've been doing the whole job hunt thing again, posting on LinkedIn, asking around for jobs, updating my resume, and applying to tons of jobs online. I'm already getting rejection emails, already being passed over before anyone's even talked to me yet. And in these moments, what's really been helping is going back to the Legend of Zelda games. Video games have been getting a lot of bad publicity recently, and not without reason. It seems like the gaming industry is just focused on the wrong things. Game studios are being shut down despite putting out successful titles, leaving thousands of talented developers find themselves out of a job. Game companies insist on spewing out more soulless, absolutely mediocre, free-to-play looter shooters that will probably shut down due to lack of interest barely a year or 2 after launch. Young gamers nowadays are getting more and more addicted than ever on intentionally addictive battle royales. On and on, it can feel like the gaming industry is just in a difficult place, full of strife and greed. But hope remains, and some games will always have that power to remind me that things aren't as bad as they might seem. And for me, there's no other franchise that does this better than The Legend of Zelda. One time at a party a few years back, some asshole friend of a friend asked me what my favorite movies were. And I told him the truth. My favorite movies of all time were The Dark Knight, The King's Speech, and Gladiator. Oh, he replied with a knowing smirk. So you like movies with a hero? As if those kinds of movies were pedestrian. A childish genre only supposed to be enjoyed by kids. Screw that asshole. He was right. I do like movies with a hero. I really relate to their story of overcoming difficult challenges to save those they love and become the person they know they can be. The same goes for video games. And throughout the Legend of Zelda franchise, Link continues to fight against the same evil, the same monsters, the same Ganondorf in countless varieties and shapes and forms, and always leads to the same conclusion. Hyrule or Zelda is saved, and the land can experience peace once more. I see myself in Link. I always have. I see myself in that same struggle in my own way. Being confronted by one of life's endless difficulties, which for me could be addiction, rejection, self-loathing, self-doubt, fear, and anxiety, just to name a few, and having the choice of fighting against the same old problem and striving valiantly towards victory, or to just give up. Look, I know I'll find the job again, and I know that all this can probably sound a bit melodramatic. I have a lot to be grateful for, and I don't forget that. But sometimes life can just get hard, even for an experienced adult like me. And when that happens, I'll be forever grateful that I have the Legend of Zelda series to lean on when times get particularly tough. Thanks for watching. And if you want to watch more videos like this, be sure to click that subscribe button.